Hey cinema fans, welcome back to another movie review. Today we got The Lost Boys. And if you've been following me on Cinema Fans since the beginning, you know my first video I ever put out featured the soundtrack from The Lost Boys. So that should tell you how much of a fan I am of this film. This is a snappy, snazzy vampire flick. That a film that aged very well and honestly looks better today than it did in 1987. Because back in the day, like in the mid 80s, like horror films like The Fly. The audio cut out right here, but basically I was saying that this film was definitely overshadowed by other horror films back in the mid 80s like The Fly and Day of the Dead. This is honestly one of those cases where I would say that it is very important for any film to age well, because if it doesn't age well, it gets lost in time. But this film, it ages well, and it doesn't get lost in time. It honestly gets appreciated over time. Every time you watch this film, it's like a good time. It's definitely a film you would have on your rotation, especially around the horror Halloween holiday spirit, you know what I mean? But I mean, it's like one of those films, man, where you can just pop it onto the TV and it just instantly draws everyone into the living room and everyone starts to watch it. It's just one of those films. It's because yes, it's definitely catered towards the kids. Once again, the audio cut out. I don't know why it keeps cutting out. Basically, I was saying that this film is basically a generational appreciated film, and that time has definitely aged well for this film, and basically how much this film is beloved by fans and me alike. And yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying, but the audio cut out, of course. But let's get back into this review. And the slick production design and the iconic soundtrack is what brings this film together. And yes, I give a lot of crap to Schumacher and what he does later on in his career. But in this film, I feel like it really captures why he was such a high held director. I do feel a little bit biased about giving a review on this film because honestly, I can look past the problems of this film, but again, I have to give this an 8.5 out of 10. But that's just my review. Tell me what you thought about The Lost Boys and follow for more.